Det her er Nigel Marvin. Han er zoolog og tidsrejsende, og han har ofte været i alvorlig knibe med dinosaurer. Men rent faktisk har der eksisteret uhyrer, der var endnu mere frygtelige end dem her. Nigel skal snart lære noget nyt om forhistorien. Nemlig at uanset hvor slemt det kan blive oppe på landjorden, så skal man aldrig nogensinde gå ud i vandet. Nigel er taget ud på et eventyr, hvor han vil rejse frem og tilbage gennem forhistorien og besøge 7 forskellige tidsaldre og dykke i de 7 farligste have, der har eksisteret. Hvert nyt hav vil være mere farligt end det forrige, med større, mere uhyggelige rovdyr. Skabninger, som man knap nok vil tro har levet på vores planet. Og naturligvis gemmer han det farligste ind til sidst. Nigels første ophold på den farlige tidsrejse er en periode, der kaldes Ordovicium. For at nå Ordovicium skal man ufattelig langt tilbage i tiden. Lang tid før istiden, længe før de første mennesker. Ja, lang tid før de første dinosaurer. Ordovicium ligger hele 450 millioner år tilbage i tiden. Det er så langt tilbage, at de første planter endnu ikke har udviklet sig på jorden. Det er en verden, der regeres af mystiske skabninger, og den er utrolig uegnet for mennesker.
The atmosphere at this time, it's atrocious. Much less oxygen and much more carbon dioxide than I'm used to. Without this special air mix, I'd really feel sick and get bad headaches. Just look around and you can see why the atmosphere is so different. There's no life at all on the land. There's no insects in the air. There's not even worms in the ground. And most crucially of all, there's no plants. There's not a speck of green. So the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, it's not being absorbed by them, and they're not boosting the atmosphere with oxygen. But it's a different story out there in the sea. There's been life there for hundreds of millions of years. And you can take it from me, evolution has produced some real monsters.
Og nu vil Nigel finde et. Men først lidt mading. Det er nemt nok at finde i Ordovicium. Der er ingen ådselsædere på landjorden, så alt hvad havet skyller i land, ligger bare og rådner.
An armor-plated fish.
Så går Nigel ud på det lave vand for at finde et ubehageligt lille kræ, som han snart skal blive meget træt af.
A sea scorpion, one of the most grotesque of predators. And look at that, look at the tail curling. That's how they get their name, but there's no venom in there, like their namesakes on the land. And you've got to be careful of those formidable pincers at the front. Oh.
søskorpionen giver en god demonstration af, hvor effektive dens kløer er. Den hakker madingen i småstykker på få sekunder, før den kaster sig over et større bytte.
Ah! You all right, Nigel? Slash my leg. It's another scar for the collection. As I found out, those sea scorpions are pretty fearsome. But there's much bigger sea monsters out there. The sea scorpions, they're not the top predators. But to see the real big ones, I need a little more than a fish on a stick. I'm going to try with this. It looks a bit like a giant woodlouse, but of course it's a trilobite. There's no relatives of this alive in the 21st century. There's up to 15,000 species. They range in size from a really tiny one, a millimetre in length, to this big one. This is about as big as they get. And I need one like this because I'm going to use this like a fisherman with a fly, and I'm going to try to attract a much bigger catch. And all I need to do is to insert this camera into the carcass, and if you're squeamish, look away now, because what I've got to do is pop out the eye of this trilobite. There we go. Oh. There's so many surprises here. The sun's setting, the evening's come, and it's been so quick, the day's flown by. That's because I forgot, in Ordovician times, the Earth's spinning much faster, and that means that it's a 21-hour day, not 24 hours. So a watch like this, it's useless here. And look at that. It's going to be dark very soon, and we can't do anything more today. Anything you do, you try to do it, you know, you try to... Today, I'm hoping to dive with a sea monster. There's a special air mix in here. If I breathe this Ordovician air at pressure under the water, I'd become unconscious. So this is crucial for me. And I also need this. This is a bit before its time. It's a bite-proof shark suit. And of course, sharks haven't evolved yet. But I'm hoping this will give me protection from those vicious sea scorpions.
Nigel ved, at de større rovdyr er ude på det dybe vand, så han sejler midt ud i bugten.
Very appetizing, but for the predators around here, this should be a tasty snack. And I'm hoping that camera is going to catch the moment when a monstrous predator tries to snaffle this up. Something approaching. It's a sea scorpion. They obviously like trilobites. Come on, let go.
Det er langt hen på eftermiddagen, før Nigel får ordentlig bid.
There's something interesting there, and it is much bigger than a sea scorpion. It's taken the camera. That's the end of the trilobite cam. I have got to see what that is. I don't know what's happened here, but if I follow the line, I should be able to find the predator. The camera's not at the end, which probably means that the predator isn't far away. This is intriguing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're all gathering, but first there was one sea scorpion, then there was another, then another, then another. And now they are all around me. There's a whole carpet of them moving along the sea floor. They're whizzing past my head. They're all heading in one direction. And there it is. It's an orthocone. That is the biggest predator that the world has seen up until this time. He sensed me here, getting my heart hammering. I don't want to be grabbed by those tentacles, but those simple eyes, they should shun the light. So all I can do is start flashing my light, and maybe that will discourage him. And now he's gone. I can't see where he is. There's still the sea scorpions there. There! There's the orthocone. And it's spotted one of the sea scorpions. They're dragged back to the mouth where there's a horny beak. Oh, you can hear it. I can actually hear it under the water. Hear the crunching sounds as the sea scorpions are crushed by the beak. These orthocones probably spend a lot of time in deep water. Light doesn't penetrate too well down there, so the eyes don't work very well, and they rely on another sense. They will actually smell out their prey and then crush them to bits. The orthocone, that really is the top predator of Ordovician times. It's not swimming very fast. If I can catch up. There. Yes! Right onto the tip of the shell. It's a wonderful texture. And I am hitching a ride on the back of an orthocone. Hey!
Det bliver mørkere, og Nigel opdager, at ortokonen er ved at slæbe ham ned i dybet. Han må slippe.
Thanks, orthocone. Thanks for the ride. God. Get off! This is what they were doing. I saw them moving in the shallows, moving towards the shore, and this is a mass spawning. It's a full moon at the moment. This is the highest tide, and they're laying their eggs in the sand. The eggs will be protected. And when the next high tide comes in about a month or so, the young larvae will hatch and be taken back out to sea. And some of these sea scorpions, they're going to stay around here until the eggs hatch. Fossils have been found with baby sea scorpions inside the stomachs of the big ones, and that's what they do. They wait around here and feed on the babies as they hatch on the next high tide.
En Udflugt til Ordovicium er ikke nogen skovtur. Man får hovedpine af luften, og hvis man skal bade, må man have ringbrynje på. Det bliver nok aldrig et feriemål. Men forhistorien har meget værre ting at byde på. Det næste farlige hav er Trias-tidens. For at komme til Trias skal Nigel halvvejs tilbage til nutiden. Til 230 millioner år før nu. Krybdyrene er ved at tage magten i havet, og de første dinosaurer er begyndt at dukke op.
The Triassic is a crucial time for marine life. Something new's happened. The fish or the mammals, they're not the most ferocious animals out there. This sea is dominated by a group that used to just live on the land, the reptiles.
Det er krybdyrenes tidsalder. De flyvende krybdyr, pterosaurerne, hersker i luften. Og de kommende konger af landjorden, dinosaurerne, er netop opstået. De er bare ikke blevet så forfærdeligt store endnu. Men Nigel er her for at udforske livet i havet, hvor de største af Trias-tidens krybdyr findes. Heldigvis er havkrybdyrene nemme at få øje på, for de er nødt til at komme op og trække vejret. Det første Nigel får øje på er en Notosaurus.
The nothosaurs, they could be a bit nippy, but there's bigger reptiles down there that could easily kill a person. So this is my insurance policy, an electric prod. If they come too close, this should deter them.
There's not just one nothosaur, there's a pair of them. And they're inquisitive, coming closer and closer, they're so curious. But I'm the first human that they've seen. You don't know how they're going to react, and I'm glad I've got this electric prod in case they become just too inquisitive. But at the moment, they're just curious, circling around me. They've got a mouthful of teeth like razors, they're interlocking. That would seem to me to be the perfect fish trap, and they certainly move fast enough to catch the fish that are around here. Wow! There's one coming close now, and I'm going to try something. Like with alligators, there's only one safe way to hold a nothosaur, and that's round the jaws. Hey! Wow! A prehistoric ride with a nothosaur. They can close those jaws with tremendous force, but the muscles that open them, they are really weak. But nothosaurs, like all sea reptiles, they've got to go up to the surface to breathe. I can't hold him for too long. I'm going to let him go now. Go on, boy. Off you go. Hiding here, this isn't dangerous, but it's surely one of the most preposterous reptiles ever. Tanystropheus. Great long neck, great long tail, there's hardly any body at all. That long neck is perfect for an ambush predator. And what it probably does is sweep that neck through the water, sweep it through a shoal of fish. Drop dropped its tail. This has happened to me many times when I was a little kid catching lizards. They do this as well. And this is an insurance policy. If they're attacked by a predator, the predator's distracted by the tail and the creature can escape. And like lizards, he'll grow the tail again. And it shouldn't do him much harm. Look, he's swimming away perfectly there. Golly, this tail is spasming so much. I can hardly hold on to it. Wow, where did that come from? I think it's a Symbospondylus, one of that great group of marine reptiles, the ichthyosaurs. He's a primitive member of the group, but they're going to evolve into a whole variety of forms. They'll be around for about another 100 million years. But he's coming a bit too close. And that slow movement, that's deceiving. With one lash of that tail, they can have really great bursts of speed. God, my heart's hammering. That lunge at me, that was a warning shot. That's really up the ante on this dive. I need the electric prod now. And he's coming again. He's coming in again. And I'm going to use it. What a spectacular reptile.
Det var 2 have. Så mangler han kun 5. Og nu skal han længere tilbage i forhistorien. Han skal møde Devontidens panserfisk. De mest benhårde rovdyr, man kan tænke sig.
I'm using the time map to get my head round where I've been. These spans of time are so immense. My first adventure, I went all the way back in time 450 million years ago to ride an orthocone and tussle with those sea scorpions. My second dive, that was 230 million years before the present day. That was with those bizarre sea reptiles. We're now here 360 million years ago. Welcome to the age of giant armoured fish.
Unbelievable.
How was the dive, mate?
Oh, outstanding.
Have you got one? Did you see one?
I saw it. It came so close.
I'll get this in the machine.
Okay.
Cameraman Mike, he did a reconnaissance dive just to see what was around, and from what he's saying, we've actually struck gold on the first dive. Exactly what we came here for. Oh, that's it. Can't be anything else. A Dunkleosteus. Well done, Mike. I mean, what was it like? That's like a real Leviathan there.
My heart was in my mouth. It just took my breath away.
And that thing is over 30 feet long. Must weigh 4 or 5 tons. That's as much as 2 or 3 elephants. Let's pause it, have a look at this. What a fearsome head. And this shows the classic features of Dunkleosteus. Armour plating on the front of the body, that can be up to 2 inches thick. And look at that mouth. Those aren't teeth, those are extensions of the jawbones. They're for shearing through the prey, and this thing has to punch through other armoured fish. And those jaws are backed up by powerful muscles at the back of the neck there. Look at that. And this is exciting. If this stays around, it's going to be my turn next, and we're going to find out how powerful those jaws actually are.
Det er planen at håndfodre en Dunkleosteus, så Nigel må skaffe mading. Imens er de andre ved at bygge et beskyttelsesbur til ham. De vælger at gøre buret rundt, i håb om, at de enorme Dunkliosteus-kæber ikke kan bide fat om trammerne.
This could be good. It's a big tug.
Heldigvis for Nigel er der masser af liv i havet her i Devon-perioden. Modsat landjorden, hvor der ikke er dyr, der er større end 1000 ben.
This is a placoderm. It's a Greek word. It means armor plating, and you can see why. This is in the same family as Dunkliosteus. And for a naturalist, this is a privilege indeed. These fish were only around for 50 million years, then they became extinct. There's nothing like this around in the 21st century. I've got a bet on with the crew that the Dunkliosteus will slice through the bait if it's actually wrapped in chainmail.
This is where you feel at your most vulnerable, actually swimming into the cage with a great chunk of bait. I'm in now, and it will probably take a few minutes for the trail of smell to bring in the predators, and fingers crossed we'll be able to see Dunkliosteus. Look what's arrived. This must be the most preposterous shark ever. Look at that fin on the back. Scientists call it the ironing board shark, and you can see why. Must be a male, only the males had that bizarre dorsal fin. Probably to help with mating, probably to display to females. Maybe used in courtship battles between males. And these are some of the first sharks ever to evolve. And this is great for me. I am such a shark fan. But it's surreal. He's been spooked by something. It's a Dunkliosteus. It must have smelt the bait. This is what we came for. And it's coming straight towards us. See that really thick protective armour on the head there? Over 2 inches thick. Only the first third of the body's covered with that. Look at that. These fish, they've got these massive jaws with big sharp shears sticking out. And what they do is they slice them together just like scissors working. The very action of slicing them together keeps them sharp. And with that they can cut through anything. Let's see if I can win my bet. No fisherman's tale. This is a real monster. This is getting a little scary now. Okay. This is getting serious. They really went at the coast then. The birds over here, they've been dented. He's coming in again. He's fast this time.
Læs om søuhyrer og spil på kidstv2.dk.